Right, apparently we're back. Are we back on? Just check it. And let me see whether people... Sue, can you please check whether it's on... Right. Am I on, or am I talking to myself? I need to know. So, could you write in, please, and tell me that you're receiving this? Because otherwise I don't know, nobody's telling me in this room. So tell me whether I'm on or not, please. Yes? Am I on? Am I going forward? Otherwise I'll stop, and we can start again.
Seems stable. Looks like you're on.
Looks like I'm on. Well, that's useful.
I've got you.
All right. On YouTube or on Facebook? Hello? On YouTube
just
or Facebook?
keep going. Just keep going, all right? Just take the next thing.
Right, okay. Well, what we're going to do, we spoke to John and Margaret, and I don't know how many of you heard that or didn't hear it, and so I have no idea. What we're going to do is we're going to do a video while we sort this all out, and it's a wonderful world. We hope you see this one, and it's made by Rachel, and off we go. Let's see it.
Red roses too, I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, a bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. When I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. and you. Well, I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yeah.
Wow. Everyone enjoyed that video very much. Beautiful images, beautiful singing.
Thanks for hanging around, guys.
Yes,
and thanks for your
much
patience with the technical
rejoining us,
side.
everyone. We're sorry about this. We're gradually whittling down where the problem lies
Well,
in the programmes. So, yeah, fabulous song, fabulous video, and it just has memories
bounce.
going back to the very first concert that we did, and the neighbour being the very first request that you ever took when she stuck that one through the door. And we know that the Bounds love that one, so that one's especially for you two lovely people. Now, lots of you have said that you've watched every single one of these shows. So, of course, we're Erica and David. We've got Susan Partridge, Karen Bate, Kathy Robertson, Gareth and Jill, and Rachel and P. So well done, guys, for holding with us for 3 whole years. And so many of you have seen every show that you could see. If you were on holiday, you missed it, but you haven't chosen to miss it. And we are so, so grateful for every single one of you that joins us, because without you, there would be absolutely no point to us trying to do this into the ether, would it?
No, certainly not, and certainly not with the
and
Wi-Fi doing what it's
lots
doing.
of wonderful memories. Lots of people love the songs, the guests, inspired by the wonderful guests.
There's been some great guests, haven't there?
Some great guests.
The
really enjoyed those.
just people are still talking about.
It was really nice. I saw
Denise.
Denise and Chris. I saw you at the concert yesterday, which was lovely. And
Sue had to stand in for me as the president because I was so ill I couldn't get out of bed.
Mrs. President yesterday. Jonathan is president of the Godalming Choral Society, and he was meant to be at the concert last night and telling them how wonderful they were. So I was sent in his stead. So
that was very grateful. So that they were great, but there were so many other guests.
Oh,
Can we
lots
think
of
that
guests.
so many guests?
Paul Field was very popular.
Paul Field was very popular. Bryn Howarth was very popular. Who else? Graham Kendrick was very popular. Cindy, who was on recently with us, she was very popular. Pam Rhodes, Sue Rinaldi.
I think
and there was
all the guests have been really well received, and people have really appreciated you doing something very special to try and, I don't know, keep us all entertained and interested. And we've learnt so much. I don't know about you guys, but I have learnt so much.
The dogs. Remember Hillary?
The dogs. Hillary came with the dogs. Can we have them in? Oh, no, maybe not in here.
No, but I'd love to have her in.
Oh, Rachel's face.
They go mad in here,
wouldn't they?
having
4 dogs in here amongst all the kids.
Maybe one dog. One dog in here. But anyway, that was a nice memory. But Sue, we're going to sing a song
Can I share a few more memories? or
Okay,
am I
you
gonna
go,
have
go,
to-
go,
Okay.
yeah, go.
A lot of you have commented on how much you enjoyed the lockdown album donations, and in particular Jonathan's face when he realised how many thousands had been pledged in the space of about 20 minutes. That was just the most awesome moment.
It was, actually.
A lot of you have said how much you have really appreciated the care and love and support from the community, and that is throughout the whole JV community. And we are so grateful for the way that you all just step up and you help one another and you support one another, and it's such a privilege.
Other people, which you're going to have the opportunity to do. And let me just flag that up right now. You're going to have the opportunity actually to help, and I'm going to do what's called like a retiring collection, and I would really like you to respond to this. And we're going to have Andy and Jill Varney coming on, and they let us know of a real need that's come up. And that I think actually that all of us, those of us watching, if we each gave a small amount, again, the maths of multiples, could really help.
Christine Andrews had just said, I really like that I could support smaller charities that I hadn't heard of. And I think that's been great, hasn't it? We've been hearing of all kinds of really tiny little charities that people have set up.
And I think that's been the raison d'etre for me has been to find not just the big stars, but we've been grateful for the big people that have come in, but also for just the bijou charities and just ordinary people coming in. One memorable was John Bound when John came in and talked about his life. People when they come in and talk, when Judge Jonathan Stevens came in and just talked about his life, and they talk about things that they are passionate about, and that's the bottom line for me. We're going to have in the future somebody from the Isle of Wight. There's somebody who helped in the thingy cafe, the Wellbeing Cafe, and I know Adrian Pennick is watching right now from the Isle of Wight, and Linda, his sister, and also of course Nicola, his wife, who's going to be probably involved in a lot more ministry over there in the Isle of Wight. But they've been involved in a huge way as a result of this, and got this community. And I think that's going to be the focus of the rest of the programme, really, about that. But one of the things is that we did this, I think we did it early on, this song, because I just did the songs that I'd recorded, from on previous albums. That's all I could do. Yeah. And this song is probably one of the best known for weddings and the things. We had it at ours.
We had it at ours, and we were listening to it the other day, and I have to say that we were just prompted to remember that for us, God has indeed been very faithful, and we are very grateful for all of that. Little did we know what our journey was going to be like over the 40 years that we've been
and the last three.
Married, and particularly, the last few. And there has been a complete plethora of anniversaries coming up over the last couple of weeks. So I'm just going to tell you about all of them. So Peter and Ruth Southcombe, they were 43 years old this week in their marriage. And they went to a garden centre, and Peter bought Ruth a rose, which is very beautiful. Lynn and Jim, you have been married 40 years today, so congratulations on your ruby anniversary. That is an amazing feat, and we know the support and love that you have for each other and all that you go through. Michael and Lorraine Cooper, you are going to be 54 this week in your marriage, and Michael just wanted to mention what a great support Lorraine has been to him over his recent treatment. And last but not least, David and Mary Connell both wrote to me individually. You obviously didn't realise that the other one had written, but you both wrote to me saying, could you have a mention, because on Good Friday you will be 50 years old in your marriage together, so golden anniversary on Friday. So congratulations to every single one of you.
Did you mention Peter and Ruth?
I did. You were busy coughing at the time.
About the rose, yes.
Yes, I did all of that. You were busy coughing at the time. So,
right. So forgive me if I, however this sounds, it will be what it sounds like. Okay, great is thy faithfulness.
Let's go for it.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Well, that was rather lovely, and not a cough in sight.
No, interesting, isn't it?
That's right, sing and you don't cough.
No, it's the adrenaline. The adrenaline does it. It's a very weird thing. Coughing all the way through last night. Hardly slept at all. And I thought I'd lose my voice completely. But it does, sometimes skirts the vocal folds.
Yeah.
It comes around here for me. But you can hear it all here. That's what. If you met, I think actually there have been a few shows I had to cancel, haven't I? Sue's done one of them.
Yeah, I did one of them.
Did one of them, yeah.
People even watch that one.
Yeah, they even watch that. Not many. Obviously, only a few people watched that one because it was advertised as Sue Veira live from the Steinway Room, and that was 4 of you watched. Karen Bate, thank you. It made Sue feel very good. What? Anyway, sometimes one had to cancel. In those 3 years, I'm trying to work out how many we did cancel. I can't remember, one or two.
Obviously, if we're out on the road now, we...
No, I'm talking about cancel because I was ill.
Oh, right. Only
Because
the
I think it was only one, yeah.
Only the one.
Was there only one?
Yeah.
Rachel's? Yeah. So,
Okay.
now we want to get onto the Steels, actually. I want to get onto
the lovely Judy and Chris.
Who were really instrumental in making me laugh, actually. And so let's hope we can get them on. Can we? I haven't got them on here, so there's. Can we put it back on here, please? If you can. And Chris and Judy, where are you? I can't see it. There we are. Yeah, there we go. And there you go.
There you
Sorry
go.
for the delays, guys.
He's the half that makes you laugh.
Well, yes, you're the one that makes me depressed, but that's fine, Judy. That's fine.
You wait till August.
And yeah, I know. I'm sleeping now just to get over it all before I have to meet you. I'm thinking of I'm bringing my own tranquilizers when I meet you. Okay, just so I can calm down. Judy, first of all, you. Okay, and then I'm going to come on to Chris, but just we'll be brief. But I just wanted to. When did you first hear about JV Life in the Steinway Room? Why did you tune in?
Well, actually, I'd gone up for one of my numerous blood tests when I was not very well. And I always listened to UCB radio. And when I came out, there you were on the radio having an interview with Ruth and talking about being live in the Stein Room. And I got quite excited because I can remember hearing you sing All That Matters on UCB radio while I was working. And I've always been, I bought your CDs then. And so I think it was after that we started listening every week. And actually, it's not saying too far to say this community and you guys got me through my surgery. So I listened to you.
To hear.
You know, every on the Sunday night, and just listening to you. Even now, when you sing your last two songs, I'm back in that room listening and being really refreshed and blessed. So that's when we started, and I bet you we've seen them all since then, bar one or two.
But when you're away or something, you know, that's right, because you're very, very.
Then we watch them on catch-up if we can't see them.
Yeah. And I think ketchup is the best thing. You can dip in and out.
Dip.
You see, dip. No, I think that's very lovely. And the community, you often post for prayer, and you often just put things in there for people to think or pray for you or whatever it is that's going on at that time, because you do live sometimes a difficult life.
Some weeks are worse than others, but yeah, it's been a bit up and down this week, but things are looking up now, so.
That's good. Chris, can I just... when you came on, Chris, you made everybody smile at a time when people were not smiling a lot, were they? And you made people smile. You said, come on, hello, matey.
I always go say hello, matey.
You do. And you inspired us to smile. What does the JV community meant to you, the Steinway Room? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me because I love listening to your songs, and I like how you like to talk to people, and especially when you make me really laugh when you always lift your eyes going like that.
You mean like that? You mean
that? I was talking to a friend of mine on Wednesday night, and I said to him, "Do you know what? You make me laugh." And he did the same thing. And I said, and I said to him, "Do you know I got a friend who does that?" And he goes, "I bet you haven't." "I do." And I told you.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, wow, that's amazing."
You inspired us, Chris, when you told us the story about your dad.
Yes.
About being in hospital and helping somebody else when your dad wasn't very well in hospital. And that many of us remember that story more than nearly any other story that was shared during that time. And it made us feel that we could do similar things for other people. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying, yeah.
And so we want you to know that you inspired us as well as we inspired you. Okay?
Thank you very, very much, mate.
Well, it's a great pleasure, Chris. And we just love having you people on with us. You're part of who we are, and an inclusive community of people from all around the country. And we just want you to know that we love you very much. We look forward to you exhausting us in July, in August, when we come up to the hotel.
You can't wait, can you?
I can't wait to see you.
That's going to be lovely.
We'll have a great time.
I'm actually celebrating my birthday early because of that week. So.
Oh, really?
It's my big birthday this year, so I'll be 70.
What, 50, you mean? 50?
Yeah,
50.
Add 20, in October. So I decided I would love to celebrate it with you up there at the hotel.
And I would love to celebrate my birthday with you.
Well, no, lad, yours is next year, Chris.
Yeah, yours is next year, Chris.
Well,
Steady on, Chris. All right. So now, look, we've got other people to see, but I just want you to know, thank you for coming on tonight.
You're a very important part of our life, and you really do bless us, and everybody on here does. So absolutely, I've got text messages already. So
brilliant.
Excellent.
Thank you. Well, thank you for being on, taking the time and waiting, being so patient.
We love you.
Lots.
Thanks for having us tonight, and God bless
Thank
you.
you.
And you get
Thank
better.
you both.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, Chris.
Bye
Bye.
now. Bye.
Bye.
I love that.
Still there.
I remembered hearing, that story and thinking, gosh, in that most dark and difficult situation for Chris.
Yeah, it was hard, wasn't it? It was very hard for him. And
this song is
this
for
song,
them.
Judy mentioned it.
Here's life in all its mystery, the beauty and the tragedy, the silence and the symphony, and everything between. Deep inside the heart of man, the need to know and understand. Are we a part of some great plan, or just a passing dream? Philosophers philosophize, but rarely look you in the eyes. And politics is compromise that rides the ebb and flow. Money talks and fashion screams to fill the space inside your dreams. If you want something to believe, I'll tell you what I know. My maker is my savior, my creator is also my friend, and to find him and his favor is all that matters in the end. Spirit of the age decrees we may not speak in certainties, but that's what Jesus is to me, the bedrock of my soul. A Savior who can really save, a power stronger than the grave, the greatest gift I'll ever have, the deepest joy I know. My maker is my savior,
my Creator. He's also my friend, and to find Him and His favor is all that matters. Is all that matters. Is all that matters. In the end.
And that leads us nicely into our next guest. Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Because you did promise him this.
I did promise him this one.
You must play this.
And that one is a nice little video that Chris will like a lot. And then it's straight into our next guest. Thank you.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Happy day, oh, happy day, when Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day, He taught me how to watch and pray. Sing it, bang. And live rejoicing every day. Two ladies there clapping, is that lovely? The rest of you are moving, are you? Oh, happy day. Come on, clap your hands. Oh, happy day, when Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day, He taught me how to watch and pray, watch and pray. Every day, oh, every day. Sing it, oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Sing it. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, now, Bobby. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day, when Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed, when Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, such a happy, happy day. Now we're gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's such a happy day. My Jesus washed my sins away. Come on. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. My Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, let's celebrate the happy day. Let's celebrate the happy day. Come on, let's celebrate the happy day. Ooh. The happy day. The happy day. The happy day. Come on. The happy day.
I think actually talking...
We lost the sound for a bit. So, but everyone was saying how much they enjoyed the video and how much they got something from it, and how they just were finding they were just tapping their feet and confusing the dog. And thank you for the lovely messages about all the things that you've enjoyed, the reasons why you watched us, and so on. And we love it. Thank you very much
Great.
for all the messages. So
Marvellous. Now, can we just, talking of which...
couple who have watched every single show,
Yeah.
or at least listened to every single show on their trips back from Wales.
Gareth and Joy, You call them Gareth and Jill. You call them Gareth
Did I,
and Jill.
Gareth and Jill? How could I do that?
And so, should we have them in the room now? And let's see where they are. There we are. And let's see them. Ah, there they are.
Here we are.
What a good-looking couple of people we have there. It's not. I know. They've also come in the room.
All right.
How are you,
Very
Vicar?
funny.
We're all right. Yeah.
And how are you, Joy? Are you good?
I'm fine, thank you.
You've been picking up in between the dropouts, have you?
Yeah,
And the various technical problems.
Yeah.
But thank you for staying with us on this one. I've got you guys in because I don't know when did you start listening?
First evening.
Was it the first show?
Yeah.
Gosh, why did you? I'm just interested. I was interested why people tuned in. So what was your reason for doing it?
I genuinely can't remember. I think I just spotted somewhere that it was happening. And so we tuned in. Joy was watching something to do with midwives. or
Race Across the World.
there you go. There you go.
What was it?
Race Across
was
the
it?
World. That was on
yeah,
at the
okay.
time.
At the time, trying to distract us from everything going on in the world, wasn't it? But you thought, well, it was, at least you weren't watching Slay the Midwife, so or whatever it was. I've used various verbs about the midwives, but and the thing is, I might just point out to everybody at this moment that I love the midwives. I don't want you to get the. I do. I cry every time it's on. All right, but I've stopped watching it because I couldn't bear the crying every single time. Every time a baby's gone. Because Sue goes, she'd always do the same thing. Oh, look, that. And I thought, because I was there at the birth of all of mine. Were you at the birth of yours?
I was at the birth of our first. I was in the room and they said, we're just going to check that everything's okay. So pop out for a second. So I was sitting out on the bench outside. And
it happened.
Somebody stuck their head out the door and shouted, "Prolapse!" And all the lights were going and people were running from all directions. And I stood up and the guy just pointed and said, "You stay there."
Oh dear.
Oh, really?
So Sian
poor
was
thing.
coming with a cord round her neck, so they had to do an emergency cesarean.
Oh, right, and they didn't want you in there.
And
no.
nowhere near. And I would have been a nightmare in there then.
I could imagine. Anyway, and I would have imagined you would have thought you didn't want him in the room either, Joy, at that moment.
I was out of it.
Yes, you're just having it done to you, weren't you? Anyway, enough about birth stories. Let's get away from that. All I wanted to ask you, really, you don't remember why you watched, but it was on. Why are you still watching? That's the first question. But Joy, why are you still watching?
Well, I think, as I said before, because it's something that we watch together, and that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
You mean his choices are not your choices for TV?
Absolutely.
Can you believe it? She doesn't like sport. I mean,
No.
who doesn't like
No. And violent films. I mean, what's that about?
And The West Wing?
The West Wing, yeah, I know, all of that. So you watched it because that for you, Joy. What about you? Why are you continuing to watch, really?
Oh, staying with it for the community, really. And I think that's not just on the Sunday evening, but through the week. The messages, the prayer support, knowing now that people who write in are people we've met. We had a meet-up at Spring Harvest last year. We've met at your concerts. We live round the corner from Lynn and Jim, and that's great that we can see them from time to time. So I think it is much more about the people. There's some guy who sings; he's okay, but
I
but
noticed
do
he's
think-
fairly long way down your list of reasons why you're watching.
Yes. It's like in schools they do reasons to get your child in the school, and it starts with the most important and goes down to the bottom. And I know actually it started out as a singing thing, but I think actually that I'm very pleased to know, and I genuinely mean this, that what started out as a concert thing, that I just emptied out everything that I knew onto the keyboard and played and sung, and Sue controlled it and got it done, has turned into something very different, which I'm glad about, actually. I'm glad because it's proved to me, is why I wanted to talk to you about it, because you're a minister, you run a community, you have a successful community, and this is a completely alternative community to yours, isn't it? And so, tell me about it.
Yeah, it's alternative. I know you say this isn't church, but actually in many ways it is exactly what church should be. It's a place where people feel safe, where they can speak comfortably to each other, they can know that they're welcome, they can encounter something beyond themselves. And although we joke about it, seriously, the music is excellent, and that becomes a significant part of it. So it has lots of similarities to a good church. And I think I've always said to people that church should be much more like a beach than a fortress, so that anybody, whether they have great faith or none, ought to be able to encounter us and feel comfortable with us. And then if they choose to walk off after 10, 15 minutes, that's fine. They've met us and they know we're not lunatics. So I just think community allied to the high level of the music that we hear as well is a fantastic combination.
It is, isn't it? And Joy, where in the this is an interesting. I didn't know I was going to ask this question, but in there is faith that an awful lot of people in this community do have a Christian faith. There are many that don't and don't pretend to, and but they join because they like the people. Do you think faith is important for me to keep talking of faith and getting people to talk about their faith in this community, or do what do you think about that? I mean, it's an interesting one.
Go for it, Joy.
Go for it.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just, I think sometimes I don't want to overdo it with the faith. You understand? For people who are not familiar with it, that's all I'm saying. That was a bit of a complicated question, actually.
Yes.
But it is important for us to have it. But it's I sing secular songs as well, so that people can.
Yeah, I enjoy those too.
Yeah, you do. I know singing with your dad was one of my highlights, actually.
Mine
by the way.
too.
That was
Did people know about that? I don't even know if they knew about that. Can you tell them what happened?
Oh, well, you and Sue came to visit us at our house to bring some publicity leaflets for the concert in Romsey, and my 92-year-old dad was visiting at the time, and you and him started singing, and it was so spontaneous I didn't get a chance to record it.
No, it was very special, wasn't it?
It was.
And he was just singing songs from my old childhood, from when he was a minister as well, doing what he did. And also, can I say, one of the things when you came on, one of the most moving things, my memory of both of you was talking, and almost by accident that we fell upon it, that Aberfan, and it just was that your dad had been involved, Joy, in the. Just tell people what that was again. I've forgotten the exact details, but just tell them about how he was prepared to help the people then.
Well, Dad was a Methodist minister in Aberfan at the time, and he always tells us how he was driving to Cardiff for a meeting on that morning, and he kept seeing ambulances and fire engines going in the opposite direction, and after a while he just felt this voice in his head saying, "You must turn back, you must turn back." So he turned around and he followed all the emergency vehicles, and they brought him to Aberfan, where he stayed for 2 days. I didn't see him for 2 days, and he helped out in the temporary morgue in church next door to the school, and he was involved in washing washing the children's bodies and showing parents their children.
Which was quite a thing. That it struck me that really hasn't left me. It's never left me. That, and the fact that because of you, I've been linked to that, and I've been, we feel connected to it somehow. But that's what this community, I think, has done. It's connected people to stories.
So he lost half his Sunday school.
Yeah.
And I lost some of my friends.
Yeah.
So actually, that's indelibly marked you, and I know it indelibly marked him.
It was my first encounter with death. Nobody I knew had died before that.
No.
So at an early age, I learned that it's not just old people that die.
Yeah. Gosh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
that's very special. And your writing of the hymn, and me singing that hymn spontaneously.
That was great. Thank you. Yeah.
It was a great, very moving. Look, thank you for being part of this community and sharing. Actually, we're going to move on. We've got a couple more guests to get in. But
community. We are privileged to be part of it.
And you're moving soon, aren't you? Just finally.
Well,
you got your lot. I saw the house number, lot 54 or whatever it was.
Yeah, we have the keys. Well, we're picking them up tomorrow, we believe. And between now and middle of July, we're getting things like carpets and curtains done for a house down in South Wales.
Yeah.
Minutes from where my dad lives.
Great. Well, I mean, that's. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult to be a big move, but we hope that you can have us for a cup of coffee when we come up that way.
Please do.
It'd be lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, before that time, God bless you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you,
thank
guys.
you so
we love
much
you.
for coming on tonight.
Too.
Sorry for the delay. God bless you.
Don't worry. God bless.
Bye. Why don't we have? I'll tell you what. Do you want to do the notices, Sue, or do you want to? Let's have a song. Let's have a song,
We just
shall we?
need to let the tech catch up with us, but we're doing fine. So we will go into.
You've got a friend. That's what I think.
A friend. That would be a good one.
That's who goes. And just to remind, before you do it, Rachel, just to say, this is what we did. This is what we recorded. What you recorded, actually. We recorded and we sent out the message to everybody, and you recorded this, and it's an extraordinary feat, and you can see yourselves and see all the people that made up this extraordinary thing called the JV community.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend.
You just served me the smallest cup of coffee. Right? Be grateful.
Darkened full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow. Keep your head together now and call my name out loud. Soon I'll be knocking when people can be so cold. They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them. But don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend, oh darling. You got a friend, my sweet darling. You got a friend, oh honey. You got a friend, oh darling.
Yes, well, you've got a friend indeed.
Indeed you do.
Because that was, and I'm going to take my tablets in a couple of seconds, but just my reflections on that were quite extraordinary because I had to get into the studio and then do a tuition tape for you all to learn it by, which we had to record and sing now. Don't sing. Well, I remember some saying things like that. And which everybody remembers very
Yes, we
clearly.
all remember the instructions.
And you did so well. There were so many to record, and Nick had to sort through you all. Some of you singing in tune and out of tune, and then putting them all together
But
to
we were all together.
all forming that picture, which became quite a famous video. Go and watch it again. It's worth a watch, actually. Just every now and again to remind yourself of the nature of friendship. Sue, you had a comment about masks. When we were all wearing masks and we're told to wear masks, I never did.
Elaine's comment I love. She says, there's something about people in this community feeling that they can be open and honest with each other about where they are and not wearing the masks we so often feel we need to put on. So ironically, from
During
a time when
masks.
we were wearing masks, we seem to be in a loving community where we feel able to share of ourselves and honesty and...
And Jenny in Australia, we welcome you to this show tonight, Jenny.
And Neil over in Australia. You said 12,000 miles is a long way away, but we feel part of the JV community and that you're all friends. And we're so glad that you feel that, Jenny. That's very special to hear. And I had another message from a lady, Lorraine Todd, also from... Australia last week, which was great. Right, I'm just going to ask Jonathan's busy taking his tablets and Rachel's probably busy doing her medications as well. Quickly, here we go. We have some concerts coming up. In April, we have two. We are going to be in Flackwell Heath with Alan Dyer and co, raising funds for Becca Legg's charity Restored. And then on the 28th, we were going to be in Troon in Scotland. The following week, we are going to be in Blairgowrie with our own Ian David Craig, and he's looking forward to hosting us there. So that's May the 6th. If you're anywhere near there, get yourself over there. The 13th, we're going to be in Sheringham. I know that a few people have bought tickets for that already, for the Salvation Army. Then in June, we have 2 again, and we're going to be in Southport on the 17th. So we're looking forward to seeing a few of you in Southport on the 17th. And then likewise in Newbury, we're going to be looking forward to seeing a few of you there. Then on the 8th of July, we're going to be in David Connell's church, David and Mary Connell's church in Churchdown in Gloucester. So check all those dates out on the jonathanveira.com calendar. August, we've already been referring tonight about us spending 2 weeks at Thornley Hotel, a week either side of a concert at the Victoria Hall in Grange over Sands. So look at the details online about that. And then first gig in September is going to be on the 23rd, when we're going to be up in Stoke-on-Trent. Lovely Stoke-on-Trent again.
I think there's another one coming
There's
up.
another one that I have just put into the diary, but
we would love also, wouldn't we, to fill up the autumn
Yes.
dates. So usually the busy ones for us.
Yeah.
And we would like to do
So
that.
please, what I would like you to do is, if you are thinking about how nice it would be to have Jonathan Veira at your church, then look no further, but contact me on my email address, and I would very happily just write to you and talk to you about what's involved, because we always need new dates. And those of you who've been seeing Jonathan live know that this is good, but live is just the most amazing experience. And a woman said to me the other day, it was just the most incredible experience that I have ever had, and I'm so glad I got to go. So you could have that in your own town. So just contact me and find out some details about that. Now, we've been talking whilst Rachel's been here about the dates that we can manage the Steinway Room. So we can't do Easter next weekend, I'm afraid, and the weekend after we're busy. But the 23rd will be our next one. That's the 23rd of April. And we are going to be here with Ian Hamilton as our guest, who was supposed to come before.
Former CEO of Compassion UK, and a gentle soul, and who will be telling his own life story.
Yes. And at the moment, it looks like we're going to manage 2 dates in May, on the 21st and the 28th, and then 3 dates in June, the 4th, the 11th, and the 25th. But keep an eye open, because that's certain, but not completely certain, is what I would say.
And it's important, so when people ask, go back, we'll put dates up on the screen. You will be able to find them in the JV page, and it will be there, okay? Absolutely over there, okay, for you to connect up. Now, I just want to say, apart from that, you've got a friend trust. Don't forget that we would love you to do. If you'd like to contribute, then please. And if you'd like some help, then please. Now, Adrian is going off for an operation to replace his hip on Tuesday. Adrian Pinnakin over in the Isle of Wight. I suspect he's going to travel to Southampton or somewhere, or to get it done. But that means, even so, there'll be other people from the Trust who can help you if you have a need. Then just contact us and we will contact them, all right? So if you have a need or you'd like to give, then please go to You've Got a Friend Trust, and you can give, or you can ask for help from us and we will contact them. One of the things that I used to do quite a lot of was playing. Song, really, just doing a
Oh, I think you missed a bit. Well, all I can say is the repaired piano key has stood up to that. That was a bit worrying.
And sorry to Andy and Jill. Can we have them in the room, please? Andy and Jill, there you are, waiting so patiently for us. Have we got them in there? Let's have them. Let's have them in there. There we are. Andy, Jill, how you doing?
Very well.
Hold on. There we are. Very well. That's great to hear. Great to hear and see you. Jill, it's good to see that you're part of the picture now. You were half a face in the rehearsal. So, and I know you're not just half a face. You're not just a pretty face. You're more than half a face. Now, you, on the other hand, Andrew, you are filled with... You've brought... You know, you look at... You think of what people have brought to the community, and I'm literally racking my brains. But, you know, I can't think of a...
odd joke or three.
But he's probably the worst dad joke person, and that beats John Bound by about 1 billion miles. And that includes John Dick, right? Who's now at church. So, I mean, have you no shame? I have to ask that first of all.
No. The thing is, Jonathan, I do have standards.
I would never have known. Listen, it's been a joy getting to know you two people. You come to see us every other Wednesday and stay with us in the house. They took us out for a meal the other day. I couldn't believe it. We went out for it was quite grown up, wasn't it, Sue? We went out for a meal and everything. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, it was lovely to get to know you properly over these, you know, because we've known you over 10 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Since our kids got married.
In fact, if you look behind them, there are some handsome people in the picture.
Oh, handsome in the picture. There's Matt and Julia. There they are. There they are. Up there they are. And so, thank you for joining us tonight. And can you remember when you joined? Was it right at the beginning?
Yes.
Yes, it was. The very first show. We thought, we've done enough cleaning. What can we do now? I know what. We'll go and watch the TV and see Jonathan and Sue. And we have not stopped watching since.
No, you've cycled to Milan and back and various other for the community, for YGAF. You've done so much. But you've been contributors in so many ways, because one of the things that you've done is you've modelled for us about how to serve. Because one of the things the community has tried to be is outward looking. It's not just self-serving, which often is a temptation, isn't it, within any community groups, that you do what's good for you, and you
good for the people that you just know.
Good for the people that you just know, and that you nurture that. But Sue and I have been so impressed by the fact that you do what you say, what it is on the front of the tin, and through that I mean through food banks in Enfield, where you are. Tell us a little about what you've been on before. Just tell us about the situation right now in the food banks as you look at it and as you experience it day to day.
Go on.
Well, in a nutshell, the need is just growing all the time. We are giving out. Well, we wanted to give out more and more food to clients, but the problem is, of course, we're giving out far more food than we're getting in. I mean, Andy can just give you a quick rundown on the figures. So obviously that causes issues, because we can't give out as much food as the clients have had in the past and are expecting, and we can't really see things improving. That's the problem. I think things are actually going to get worse as the cost of utilities increases, as it is doing at the moment, and the price of food and everything's going up. More and more people are coming to the food bank. People who are working, who just can't make ends meet. We're getting homeless people coming now, and people who are living in the travel lodge just over the road. We've got a travel lodge literally a stone's throw away from us, and we're finding more and more people are living there and are coming to us, and we're having to find food for them, which is, as you can imagine, quite a challenge when they've only got a kettle They've got nothing else to use to heat food. So, yeah, the situation is bad, very bad, and I'm sure it's the same in all the food banks all over the country. We're not alone in this.
No, I think Pat Woolridge.
Yes, she's the same. And Helen Thomas is just saying their
Helen
local
Thomas.
food bank. Exactly the same.
Exactly the same thing. I mean, it seems that, of course, as ordinary people who've got more money, who've got less money, everybody's got less money. So people are saying, well, where can I stop giving? I'll stop. You said the other day, Andy, that people are stopping to putting food in the baskets. Just explain that to people. Supermarkets are not giving food away to food banks, are they? That's not what the situation is.
Yeah, I think we have to be very careful about whether they're giving or not. But the fact is that people who go to supermarkets, certain supermarkets, will possibly see a bin, and it's normally labelled for food bank donations. Now, those donations are from the public. They are not necessarily from the actual supermarket. But Tesco are in partnership with the Trussell Trust, and they allow us to go and stand outside their shops, supermarkets, twice a year at the moment, so we can generate interest within the food banks, and also to let people know that there is a food bank in Enfield. So, it's this type of raising of awareness. Now, those bins we collect 3 times a week from those bins, and I collect 3 times a week, and we have noticed that the amount of food is going down. Now, some people will be stopping giving donations. A lot of other people will be reducing the amount that they can give, and we all know the reasons why. When I first started some 10 years ago, we were looking at 45 vouchers per week, and we thought it would be a short-term fix, that we could actually get the food banks out the way. We didn't need them anymore. Now they're all over the place, as the people who are watching your show know. In the COVID period, 2020, we were averaging 121 vouchers per week. We never stopped working, and a lot of food banks never stopped. We couldn't. We're now averaging 129 vouchers per week. So that's the difference. We haven't got COVID as we had it, but people are desperate. They are really desperate. Now, we could blind you with facts and figures, Jonathan.
Give us a few. Just give us a few.
I'll give you a few. That in 2021, 21,216 people were fed. In 2022-23, 16,029 have been fed. But we haven't finished 2023 yet. Our stock of food, we are quite good at this at the moment. We have some food. But in January, we were able to take in 13,218 kilograms of food. Now, that's great. Now, to some food banks, they would never reach that, but every can helps. However, we gave out nearly 18,000 kilograms of food.
Oh my goodness! So you're short by 5,000 by my.
Yes, and unfortunately, it's not getting any better.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna, because you've been solid members, and we are very grateful to you. I'm issuing this appeal tonight, and you should have the account number on the screen. I hope it's coming up. And I'm going to do, Gareth talked about being a church, like a church, We're not a church, but we're like a church. And actually, one of the things is that we love generosity. The generosity of this community has been unprecedented, certainly amongst things in similar places. And they've given literally thousands upon thousands. And what we'd love you to do right now is, people say, well, you can't give to them all. No, you can't give to them all. But tonight, because of the ones that come to my view, into our view, then we try and help the people that we can. Recently, we helped Sue Rinaldi's church because she started from a zero, and we gave her an amount of money that we made during the concert that we did. And tonight, as a third-year anniversary, I'd love you to show your generosity. We'll not know how much you give and how much you don't give, so you can give nothing if you don't want to, if you can't. But if you can give something tonight to this Enfield bit, it's come across our notice, and in fact, they really do need your help, because is it right to say they're down on money? They don't have a lot of cash to buy stuff at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. People have been very, very generous over the 10 years, as I say, that I've worked there. And people do actually give monetary donations rather than go out and buy things and put it in the bins, which is, as I said, every little helps. And we're only just one of something like 2,000 food banks in the country, and the number of food banks are growing. We know food banks where they operate out of a container, just so that they can serve the community. And it's fantastic what people do. It really is.
Well, we thank you both, Jill and Andy, for showing us the way, and actually just not talking about giving, but giving of your time in quite a sacrificial way. And you don't look at it in that way, and thank the Lord you don't, because that would be not the attitude. But we note what you do, and we note it with thanks that you're doing it on our behalf. And so what we ask everybody, and I'm looking at you straight in the eye now, all of you, I'd love you tonight to support that food bank tonight. And if you know one that you can specifically, like Pat Aldridge's one, or Helen's one, where you can give directly to them, but find out what they need. Find out what they need, and give that, because often the food stuffs vary that they need. So things that can be made with a kettle. So pot noodles, I suppose. I don't know, things like that. Soups, cup of soups, things like that can be given easily. They're not exactly nourishing meals, but they are better than nothing.
They'll be hot.
They'll be hot, and they'll feel that they're getting a meal. Jill, just a final word to you, really. I think actually, as we go, just what this community has meant to you over the time.
Well, it's been a great revelation to realise that there are so many people who actually need some sort of support. And you have managed to bring everybody together so that we all feel supported and we all feel loved, whether we're Christians or not. And I think that's a really strong message, that this community is for everybody. And if people take the time to come and listen and to see, to listen to your lovely guests, they're not going to not come in. They're going to keep on coming and listening, because it's been fantastic for all of us, everybody.
That's a lovely thing to say, Jill, and thank you. It's a lovely way to end it. Thank you, Andy and Jill, for coming on again, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes.
And God bless you, and have a nice night.
And you too. God bless.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Now, because we finished, we got delayed a bit. I think I'm going to do one more song, one more video. Can we do? Let's do this video, Bring Him Home, and then we're going to have to finish Victoria Moyes from with her own brand of humour, which she's inflicted upon this poor community. And a lovely lady she is too. She'll be on just after this little song that I started singing. Well, I think it was the first performance. I think it was Stars. I think I did it. Here it goes. And it's Stars. No, I think. Wow. No, let's do. Have you got Stars? They're the one that we talked about. I think it was there. Let's do it. Yeah. There, out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from grace. God be my witness, I never shall yield.
till we come face to face, till we come face to face. He knows his way in the dark, mine is the way of the Lord, and those who follow the path of the righteous shall have their reward. And if they fall as Lucifer fell, the flame, the sword, star in their multitudes, scarce to be counted, filling the darkness with order and light. You are the sentinels, silent and sure, keeping watch in the night, keeping watch in the night. You know your place in the sky, you know your place and your aim, and each in your season returns and returns, and is always the same. And if they fall as Lucifer fell, they fall in flame. And so it hath been, and so it is written on the doorway to paradise. And those who falter and those who fall must pay the price. Lord, let me find him, that I may see him safe behind bars. I will never rest till then. This I swear, this I swear by the stars. The band.
Well, a lot of people are saying how they love Bring Him Home, but actually Stars is their very favourite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
a while
really?
since you've sung Stars, actually.
I wish they'd said that before.
No,
Now
well,
they
I
say
think-
it's Bring Him Home. I mean, you cut. Do you know what? You lot, I have no idea what you want. Bring him home. Oh, bring him home. Oh, bring him home. Oh,
They
bring
love
him
the
home.
way you sing it. don't
And
they?
talking
They love the way
about
you sing
bringing him home, here's the lady who's going to bring it home. Vicky's bring it home. She's coming home. And all that stuff. Now, Vicky, are you there? Hold on. Yes. I've got no sound.
It's all right. Give us a moment.
1 second. Here we go. There we go. You should hear me here. Hello.
Hello.
We're there finally. And it's lovely to see. I'm sorry we're so late, but we're late because we got delayed so much because of all the stuff that went wrong. But you've been a very patient woman. Are you knitting, embroidering, sewing, nailing things down? What's that?
That will be a sock.
A sock for whom? Oh my goodness! Right, for somebody who's got the massive feet. What is that? Is that a giant?
No, that's because it's close to the camera.
Oh right. Do you do it to sizes though?
Yes.
Now it's not. Can I just say, I don't embroider, knit. I think the last time I did anything like that was at school when I actually sewed a cushion. That was back in 1975. That was the last time I picked up a needle. Okay, really, literally.
I would have been you then.
Yeah. Now, Vicky, you're a musician by training, aren't you?
Yes.
Tell me where you went to university.
I went to University of Warwick and did music with education. So I did primary school teaching training alongside the music.
And what instruments did you play? Because I seem to remember you like early music.
Yes. Yeah, Mozart's too late.
Mozart's too late. Oh my goodness!
Dave,
you always say
upset
this,
him
don't you?
now, Victoria.
Yeah. Oh, Mozart. That's what I love. I love my Mozart. You didn't? You like Bach? Did you?
Yes, I'm a Baroque. I love Baroque. Well, actually, I like most music. I'll listen to anything once, and if I don't like it, I won't listen again.
I'm surprised you're still here then. In that case.
Obviously, I love the music.
Yeah, you do, don't you? But you are you're a fine musician, and you have many hats, don't you? You help locally. Are you still involved in education now, or not?
Only with a couple of parent and toddler groups because of the fibromyalgia I have. I just don't have the energy to teach.
It's a shame because we'd have lost a great musician to teaching and to other people learning, because you're a good woman. You love a good joke, that's for sure, don't you? You often post.
Yes. Although half the time I look at something and somebody's already beaten me to it.
Hey, you can still post it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's normally calculate.
But I always enjoy looking at yours because they are all slightly. I mean, Stuart McCready's and those, they're all very obvious. Your lot, you much more subtle musical humour, can I say?
Like
so
a
thank you
sledgehammer.
I wanted to ask you, when did you first join the community?
The very first one.
The very first?
Yes.
Wow. How did you know about it?
I think something came up on Facebook. And I thought, well, I ain't got anything else to do. Might as well. And it was live music at a time where it's just suddenly, and being a wind player as well, woodwind player.
Yes.
But so being a flautist, that was the last one. That was one of the worst ones. So the last ones to be allowed to be played in public.
Yeah.
So it was a chance to have live music.
Did you like the chat stuff as well? Did you like not just the music, but did you get to like that, or were you not so bothered about the chat?
Oh, the chat's good as well, and it's like we're all squeezed in the Steinway Room together, not all sat in our own homes across the world.
No, that's nicely put, actually. That's beautifully put. As we say, sitting in the smallest room in the house, all of us in there. And I think actually there was that sense, wasn't there, of community. I presume, do you live on your own? Are you live with somebody else?
I did have a lodger for a while, but he's now moved out because it just wasn't safe for him to be here anymore. And particularly during the first lockdown, every single Sunday I was doing the kids' work on our Zoom services. So these Sunday evenings were like my feeding time that you would perhaps normally get in a service, because I missed the sermon because I was messing about with the kids in the breakout room.
Yeah. And did you value the community? What was it about the community that you valued most of all, if one has to put it bluntly?
I think it's more than just a community, it's a family. And as John said, whenever you happen to be on, if you've got a problem, there'll be somebody who will pray, send thoughts, whether it's the middle of the night, middle of the afternoon. Definitely not the jokes.
No, definitely not the jokes. No, definitely not. I think it's that. And I've noticed that often Sue and I watch. We don't participate all the time. No. But I've often watched your comments and your. Now, just one thing that I was very fascinated by to watch was the formation of a community within a community. Just tell us how that started, because I have no idea.
No, I think it just happened. You say at the time in the first lockdown, as a church, we were doing care packages for local residential homes and nursing homes because basically they're not allowed visitors. And so I was sat there making lots of rainbows and twiddle muffs and things like that. And then it's just
Twiddle muffs. Don't let me ask. What is a twiddle muff?
it's particularly good for those with dementia, that it's like a little sleeve that goes on there and you have buttons and zips and things on to fiddle with.
Oh, well, that'd be good for you, darling. You're a kinesthetic. You'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I would like to fiddle with that as well. Go on. And so you were doing all that, and then you thought...
Well, and I think just other people said, that they were doing that, and we just built Pointy Sticks Corner, which I have to admit, I did nick from a local Facebook group, because we have Norfolk Pointy Sticks.
Right.
Norfolk... Are you coming to the Sheringham gig?
Hopefully, yes.
Great.
That would be great to see you there. I'm just going on to go to find. I mean, I think actually that I was always valued. I valued. I mean, when you sent us when we were very young.
Yes, I mean you did an amazing job, Victoria, in that somehow you managed to dragoon I don't know how many people to knit or crochet squares for us to both have a special prayer blanket when we went in for our surgery. And that was just a major feat. That must have driven you absolutely
mad.
potty.
I can't imagine.
The hardest bit was keeping it quiet from Sue.
Because she's just plain nosy when it comes
Yeah, because she's there. And it was with sort of collusion with the tech team and some random posts in the group to find out, right, who's doing it, right, send a private message. And then I think it must have been about 30 seconds after the parcel arrived that I get this photo from Sue. What have you been up to?
It's phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was just an act of
very special
kindness that was, and we were always overwhelmed by people's kindness. The kindness as you were at the time, relative strangers. I mean, now if you've become family and you've become, this is part of the thing, is that, you're all part of the JV community. And I say the JV community, I don't think I'm part of your community, rather than the JV. That is the name.
It's just the label, isn't it?
Label.
Yeah, it's just the label.
But I think actually it just struck me as something. We tried to model here. I mean, I think to finish the whole thing off tonight, we tried to model. We didn't want to do this self-congratulatory kind of thing that we'd done the last verse and the second and all that. I look at the balloons and that's fine. But I think actually what we wanted to say was that this community turned into something which was about kindness. It was about, remember that thing I talk about, those little unremembered acts of kindness and of love. Because those mean more, finally, than the song. The song is useful, it's fine, and it's great, the music does. But actually those moments when you're on your own and you need to feel the love of other people and the concern of others, that's why I think this community modelled for each other. And you, in your pointy sticks, you did that. You did what you could do. And I think that's what's wonderful. We're very grateful for your company with us on a Sunday night. And that's why we're inclined, Vicky, not to finish it, because part of it is some of it, when I'm feeling like this, it's hard work. And when I'm on the road, it's hard work. And when I'm not feeling well, it's hard work. But also it invigorates, and I'll go from here, and I know I'll cough for the next 15 hours. But for tonight, it was actually, I've coughed about 15 or 16 times, and I've survived, if you'd known how I was. But that's what you guys do for me. You get my adrenaline going, and it's like performing, isn't it? You know what that's like.
But afterwards, you're there, you're absolutely shattered, but that adrenaline is still going and that buzz is still going, and it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and you're thinking, I need to sleep.
You know it.
Can't do it.
You know it. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Do you still play a lot now?
Just in sort of church bands and that. Though at the
Yeah.
moment, because I've been having problem with trigeminal neuralgia, which is the
Yes,
nerves around there,
you
sticking
can't
a
blow.
sticking a saxophone or a flute near your mouth is not a good idea. So I'm on no singing, no playing.
Oh, this is so wearing for you. I'm
Yes.
so sorry. I can't imagine that. Anyway, look, can I just say thank you for being part of
Victoria.
it and being. It was Rachel's idea to ask you, and I think actually it was a great idea to have you on, because you are a very important member in this community, and we thank you for what you do and what you continue to do, and we look forward to seeing you. God bless you, and particularly with your own levels of illness at the moment and trying to cope with what you're having to cope with. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks, lovey.
Thank you for doing it.
God bless. See you again.
See you.
Bye. Well, I think we've had actually, it's a lovely recapping on what we've done. We've got to finish now because it's time to go, and I'm tired, and everybody else is tired, I think, out there. But to John and Margaret Bowen, lovely, beautiful people. Judy and Chris Steele, what an inspiration, particularly Chris is to us all. To Gareth and Joy, and sorry, Joy, for nearly landing you in it in a stupid question. That was my stupid question, nothing to do with you. To Andy and Jill, who just inspire us, and to Victoria, who just, in spite of her own problems, just come and breathe. Now, we just say, I don't think, do we have Claire and Ben there?
I told them that we wouldn't have time, darling.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. It's 10:10.
Well, can they just come on and say hello? Go on, just get them if they're there.
They're
Just
probably
while we're
gone
there.
now, 'cause I said no.
Well, okay, if they're gone, well, they're probably not gone because actually she just did the thingy. But if she is gone, then that's fine. Otherwise, we'll get on with singing and go home. Because, well, we'll stay. Right, give you 1 sec. So, now remember that the next time we're on will be, and I'm going to say it again for you, the 23rd of April. The 23rd of April. I'm going to say it again, the 23rd of April. My conducting teacher always says say something 3 times to make sure that you're on. And there we are. I think the 23rd of April, when we're going to have Ian Hamilton from who's the ex-CEO of Compassion UK, the charity that I work for some time actually. And he's a very interesting, quietly spoken Scotsman. So you'll love having him on, particularly if you're from Scotland indeed. It will give me time to practice. Oh no,
good.
Because I've got to go up to Scotland soon, haven't I? Oh. To John and Liz, we're going to go and stay with them. So that'll be fine. And see you on the road if we're up there, and that'll be nice. And have we got them here? Right. Okay, so I just want literally 1 minute to say hello, and then we're going to say goodbye. I'm going to put the Go Peaceful on as soon as that's done, because it's a late night, but we got delayed by this amount of time, so actually that's what we'll do. I have to say also, don't forget you've got a friend trust, and we think of Adrian, who's the chairman of that. This week, Adrian, why I'm still speaking to you in a Scottish accent, I have no idea, but there we go. And we've got them on. Let's have them on, and tell me when they're on, because I can't see it from here. It doesn't matter, just as long as they're on there. Okay, are we on?
And don't forget about food banks if you can. Either donate or just pop something in your basket to take to food banks. It's a useful reminder for all of us to remember things that they need.
Okay, thank you. We got Claire and Ben just to say thank you tonight for appearing, and I think we have, or maybe they haven't. Maybe if we haven't got them on,
they are.
We're here.
We have. There they are.
Yeah,
right, there they are. Claire and Ben.
Hello. Sorry, I had a little technical glitch there.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for your patience, and it doesn't matter. That's fine. I can see them there. That's it. Good. How are you doing, guys? You all right?
Yes, fabulous. Thank you. Just got back to Chesterfield today. We were up in Barrow.
Yes, back to work. And thank you. And thank you. We want you back in, Benjamin, for we need, I think we need a debate about starships and all that.
No, we don't.
And we also we need to know about the latest.
Jonathan, go to bed.
Go to bed. It's time to go to bed. And just to say thank you for doing it tonight, particularly.
You're very welcome.
You work very hard with our 5 guests, and thank you for the work you've done over the 3 years to help make this show happen. Okay, just that's it really. I just wanted everybody to see you and say thank you, and God bless and good night. Thank you,
care,
darlings.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
And of course, Rachel, put yourself on the screen and just say thank you very much, and then just say good night. And I think we'll put the here she is. She's on the screen, and there she is.
There she is.
So just say good night to
Good night,
everybody.
everyone. It's been quite stressful.
It has been stressful
But
today.
thank you, Rachel, for
You're
all
welcome.
your hard work. You
It's
have
all right.
just been an amazing
Been amazing
support.
and
I'm glad I sort of got everything back together, but I'll fix the internet at some
yeah,
point.
at some point we'll do that. Why don't we have this final song?
Bye.
Can't hear one of my left ear is slightly blocked, I think. That's why I said. Here we go. There we are. So you want to sing this with me tonight? You might have to
I
lead.
might as well.
You might have to. I think of me. Got to recover tomorrow, and then so Tuesday, and then sing Wednesday and Friday. Okay,
And
hopefully
conduct at the same time.
And conduct at the same time. No pressure then. Quality of endurance, I suspect. Just keep going. Resilience. It's all illness, pish tosh.
Stop at nonsense.
Exactly. Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways. I sung that quite well, really,
Yes,
for
you
an
did,
old
considering.
fat man. Never speak too soon. Join me really soon. Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame. God speed you, God lead you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. And this week, I really want to bring to your attention a dear friend of mine. All that you need to know is his name is Steve. And he's had a really, really, really bad few months. And he's in hospital at the moment with quite severe illness. And he's a young man and he needs your prayers. So Steve, as you pray or think about him. And I think too of Peter Southcombe. Peter Southcombe, now you may well be in bed by now, but Peter and Ruth, we think of you. He's just had his chemo.
Richard Donahue was watching
Richard
earlier.
Donahue, who we love very much, and I'm going to come and see him hopefully next Saturday. And Richard has been through the mill and had treatment, and it's really been quite a hard decision for him to give it up, but he is where he is, and we love you lots. Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. God hold you, enfold you,
and keep you wrapped around his heart. May you be known by love.
As you go into this week, with all that lies ahead, we were going to sing a song called Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. We didn't get round to it because of delays and things. But leaning on the everlasting arms. Safe from all alarms, I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. And it's quite for those of you who are Christian and have faith, that's part of the thing that we can do. And part of the way we lean on others' arms is to lean on each other. That's part of the way that the grace of God is seen in others. And we pray that you will learn to show that to others. And that you will also receive it. You have. And that you'll receive it from others too. And as we do this, we finish until we see you again on the 23rd of April for a lovely JV live from the Steinway Room.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you his peace, and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and be gracious to you, and be gracious to you.
I think I need something hot now, don't I? I think I do.
Got lemon?
Not a hot toddy, no, not having that one. I'm just going to sing this final bit and it goes like this.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you his peace, and give you his peace.
Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us, for keeping pace with us and faith with us over 3 years. We could not do this without you, and we thank you so much.
Thank you, and this is JV signing off and saying good night, and we'll see you on the 23rd of April. God bless and good night.
Bye, everyone.
Last word. See you at the last word, didn't you? I mean, you had to last word. Right, see you, bye.